Hello my angels, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome back to what is going to be the most cozy, wholesome autumnal vlog you have ever seen. So brew yourselves a cup of tea or a pumpkin spiced latte, cuddle up and join me for just the most divine, cozy, wholesome and scrumptious vlog. So as you can see from the intro of this vlog, it is the most gloriously gloomy day. High winds, absolutely peeing it down with rain, but somehow it seems to be really special. So I really want to sort of cuddle up and get all warm and cozy, bake some delicious things, make some delicious things, and just have a gorgeous day. I feel as though I'm also dressed like a cinnamon stick. So all things autumn, and as Gilmore Girls would say, I am an autumn. So join me, I truly hope you enjoy this vlog and let's get straight into this. So as you would have seen, me like a little monkey, I was climbing the trees to collect the plums, and I've been thinking about so many different ways of which I can use the plums. So a couple of weeks ago we made plum and blackberry crumble. Now I wanted to jazz things up a bit and I wanted to be able to kind of preserve the plums in a way. So I spoke to the incredible team at Edward's Potato Vodka, and it seems absolutely ludicrous to put plums into a delicious vodka, but I want to make a really delicious spiced plum vodka. Now you can drink that straight like a liqueur, sort of as you would drink a brandy or an amaretto in the evenings, or you can actually make some incredible spiced plum cocktails. You can make martinis, all of that jazz. And so the incredible team at Edward's, I actually unboxed some gorgeous vodkas with you not that long ago, and they very kindly sent me a cocktail set, and it's actually something I didn't have, so it's just amazing. And so this actually arrived this morning, and it is the king of potato vodka, and it is 40%, and it is so smooth and delicious. I will admit, not only am I a touch plummy, I'm also a bit of a vodka snob. At least I admit it myself. And when it comes to Edward's vodka, there really isn't anything better, and it is an incredible price point. It's also designed and of course British made, so it's just the most special brand, and founded in 1902, can you believe it? So I've got the vodka, I've got the plums, and it is the easiest recipe. Now you're gonna need some little mason jars. I do actually have one of those rather fancy jars where, you know, you can put like cucumber and lemons, and then you've got like a little toggle thingy that sort of lets the water come out. However, can I find it? No. So the mason jar is going to have to do. And so literally what you do is, first and foremost, you need to go and pick your plums. Pick your plums, I should say, and make sure there are no sort of stalks, there's no dirt on them, no creepy crawlies, and certainly not a leaf, Leonora. I thought I did a good job, but if that isn't a sign of autumn, I don't know what else is. A tiny little brown leaf. How sweet is that? And then you actually don't need to de-pip them at all. You need a spot of sugar, some delicious vodka. Now you can of course just have Bob standard normal vodka, but it's with anything in life. It's sort of like, I would say it's the closest thing to cheese. If you sort of have cheap cheese, it's all right. However, if you invest in the product, it's going to be that bit more delicious. But you can, as I was saying, do this on a budget if you wish, and it will still be delicious. So what we're gonna need is, we're gonna need plums, we're gonna need sugar, a mason jar, and some vodka. So we're gonna be making that. Then it wouldn't be autumn without pumpkins. Now I have got so many recipes for pumpkins tucked up my sleeve. We can do pumpkin soups, we can do pumpkin pies, we can do pumpkin puree, literally everything under the sun with a pumpkin. However, there aren't that many pumpkins in the supermarkets at the moment. Well, quite frankly, there are none. So what we do have And what I have stock of in the cupboards is pumpkin puree. So what we're going to do is some delicious pumpkin and dark chocolate cookies. They are unctuous and they are utterly scrumdiddlyocious. So we are going to be making something rather jazzy and naughty, something sweet and naughty. And then with the ridiculous amount of apples that I picked, I felt like it was criminal to leave those apples just on the floor rotting away. What I am going to do is actually send a lot of them off. We have a wonderful farm not far from us that do apple juice, and they have these like really big industrial machines. So we are going to do like a mass apple picking, and we're going to send our apples off and have our own farm apple juice, which is lovely. We've got sort of the labels made up, and it's something we do every year. But before we do that, I have picked a few, as you saw. Well, probably a bit more than a few. And what I like to do is actually make a spiced cinnamon apple compote, and it's something that you can have with desserts, something that you can have on your yogurt in the morning. It can be that little sweet treat that you want sort of during the day, and it's absolutely delicious, and it is so simple to make. So we're making something alcoholic, something sweet and naughty, and then something healthy and delicious. And then I've done a little bit of an order. Now, these items that are like ridiculous dupes, I can't even, I've never clicked add to bag quick enough. So I've done like a little bit of an order. I've actually also done a bit of an order on Amazon. So this is the Morning Pumpkin Spice Liqueur. And then I actually ordered myself some new little glasses. Now these are going to be the glasses that I'm gonna have like my morning coffee in. They're just from Amazon. So of course I will link them down below, but I just love the style of them. The little glass straw, and I'm gonna make my pumpkin spice lattes in the morning. I know there is a particular team member who is very excited about her pumpkin spice latte, so I will be most certainly making those this afternoon. I did a bulk order of dark chocolate chips, which we are going to be using for the cookies. And then I did actually have a delivery here. I can't talk too loudly because my sous chefs were here, and they have had plenty of plums today. This is, oh, sounds so delicious, a bag of beef. So this is from the Sausage Dog Sanctuary, and I ordered their dog food, and whenever I ordered their dog food, I also ordered them a bag of treats. And I really like, you know, it sounds a bit morbid, but I like the fact that they use every part of the cow and not just, you know, oh gosh, that sounds so horrible, doesn't it? And, you know, they're all bits and pieces in there, and they thoroughly enjoy it. Utterly disgusting, but they love it, so that's the most important thing. So what I'm trying to say is this is going to be a jam-packed vlog of everything you guys love. Of course, you'll be seeing my little Argus slugs who are behind me, all snuggled into their schnoods because it is cold, wet and miserable. They couldn't believe that I took them around the orchard with it being wet grass. But anyway, right, let's get straight into this. I'm actually going to remove, oh, a bit wonky, remove the little garlic clove from under you guys so that you can actually see what I'm doing over here. So I've got my little mason jar. I'm gonna turn the scales on and set it to 0. And then I'm simply going to take a fork and we're just going to pierce these plums all over so that the vodka can just sort of seep into those plums, and they are going to infuse so beautifully. And you kind of do want to kind of check over your plums to ensure there aren't any holes in them already, so it doesn't end up being a plum spiced vodka a la worm situation. We don't want any extra proteins in there. So I am going to probably pop you guys on a time lapse just whilst I whiz through and pierce all of these plums, and then we're going to add a simple dash of sugar and then pour in their scrumptious vodka. Now I don't think I can get many more plums into this mason jar, so I think this one is ready to rumble. I think I actually might use my larger one for the next batch. And then we need 100 grams of sugar. So I'm setting my scales back to 0 and I'm just sprinkling the sugar over the plums. There we go. Oh, looks delish. Wowzers. More sugar than you would imagine. There we go. So it might actually be easier just to pour this in. I think so too. Here we go. Oh my goodness gracious me. I think I need a bigger mason jar. Right, we're going to give that a little bit of a jiggle around. I don't think there's much space in here for vodka. Okay, I think we need to change the plan. I'm going to go and get the largest mason jar I can find. We're going to decant this into it and we're just going to make it in one whole batch. I will be back in a jiffy. Take 2. Okay, take 2. I have sterilised my mason jar. So you can either like really wash it heavily and then pop some boiling water in and give it a good swish around, but please be careful with your hands because obviously boiling water, don't hurt yourselves. So here we go. I'm going to pop those plums into here and I think this is going to be much easier. I think it's probably going to be too big, but it's better to be too big than too small. There we go. And now at least it can all be in one jar. Oh, wow. Sugar's already soaking up all of those plum juices. There we go. We need a touch more sugar for luck. And I'm going to continue pricking our plums. And I'm going to probably try and fill this jar and use up all of the plums. You can make it as plummy as you wish. Rather plummy. Oh gosh, I've completely lost the plot, haven't I? So again, I will pop you guys on a time lapse. I'm going to prick my plums and I will be back in just a sec. So our plums are pricked. We've popped a tiny bit more sugar in and I think this was the perfect jar. So time to open the delicious potato vodka. So this vodka was actually made in Lincolnshire. They are a 3-generational vodka brand, which I think is so special. And just everything from the packaging to obviously the product itself being sublime, but also just the most wonderful team. And yeah, I feel very lucky to be sent this delicious vodka. So actually, well, I can't believe I'm about to do this on camera, but funny to say that it's quite creamy. It's such a soft and smooth vodka. There are probably a few of you like, did Leonora just swig a bottle of vodka on YouTube? Yes, I did, okay? But it is that delicious. Now, I can't believe it. So many of you are going to be gasping that I am pouring such a remarkably delicious bottle of vodka into a jar of plums. My husband would kill me. But I promise you it is going to be worth every single little droplet when it is ready. So this is actually not going to be ready for about 2 to 3 weeks. So you are going to have to stay pending to see the final result. So make sure that you have got a sealed mason jar, please. And then this just kind of needs to sit in a dark, cool area of the house. I'm actually going to pop this either in the scullery or actually in the butler's pantry. And I just love being able to use all of the produce that we have here in the orchard and on the farm. It's sort of like Easter, you know. It's sad, but I feel like it is the circle of life that, you know, we're so lucky that we have, gosh, it sounds so sad, but beautiful lamb shoulders that were literally grown and brought up on our own land, and the plums that were grown on trees in our orchard. Do you hear that? That is the rain coming down. Oh my gosh. I feel like we need to light the fire. It's one of those days. Oh my gosh, it is a very wintry and gloriously grim day today. But as I was saying, it's just so lovely to be able to use all of the produce and also make different recipes. So I can't wait to see what that plum vodka is going to taste like. I might even have to host a dinner party so we can make some delicious plum cocktails. I've just got a big spoon and given it a good old stir, but just trying not to break up the plums too much. So I'm going to pop her in the butler's pantry and we will come back in 2 to 3 weeks time to do the taste test. But now I'm going to do a quick zhuzh. I'm also going to keep the bottle, really, really important. First and foremost, it's such a beautiful bottle. What I actually like to do after I finish with these bottles is actually put candles in them, because just take a little glance at that. It is the most beautiful bottle. I just love the design and their branding is stunning. So what I will do is actually pop a little bit of like a muslin cloth or gauze, and we will filter the vodka back into the bottle so that I can use it as and when. So I'm gonna pop this in there and I'll be back in just a jiffy. been able to see, I have been prepping for the cookies. Now, these cookies are so delicious. They're light, they're fluffy, yet they've got that really delicious like chewiness. The dark chocolate melts and you get a really, really lovely hint of pumpkin, but it's not too much. Now, it's really important that you have pumpkin puree. I would just personally suggest just to buy it from the supermarket. You can actually also get it on Amazon, but don't get the pumpkin pie filling. It's different. You need to have pure pumpkin puree. And then you are going to need 1/4 cup of it. So it's not too pumpkin-y. If pumpkins are not your thing, then please please do not worry, because the cookies aren't overpoweringly pumpkin-y, but they are outrageously autumnal. So we have got a serious array of spices, as you have been able to see. Now, I'm not going to go through and just bore you to death with all of the grams, but I will have a quick spin in terms of like the actual ingredients. So you're going to need all-purpose plain flour. You're going to need brown sugar. You're going to need normal caster sugar, so 100 grams and 100 grams. And then you are going to need an assortment of spices. So I've used ground nutmeg, I've used mixed spice, I've used allspice, I've used some fresh nutmeg. So these are whole nutmegs, and it just adds a whole nother essence to it. Then you're gonna need some ground ginger, and then really the star of the show of these cookies is the cinnamon, of course. Then you're going to need some bicarbonate of soda. Baking soda is pretty much the same thing. You're going to need some dark chocolate chips. You're going to need 1 egg white and then 120 grams of butter. Now, as you saw, I've actually cooked the butter, so it's sort of bubbled away and become a sort of golden butter, and that really gives the cookies that gorgeous chewy consistency. Just going to make sure I'm in focus there. There we go. So I've just added all of our dry ingredients. That is the flour, the bicarbonate of soda, all of the spices, the 2 different types of sugar into a bowl all together, and just mix that up all together to ensure there are no lumps and bumps. Then what I'm going to do next, I've actually just popped my butter in the fridge to cool. It's really, really important that you cool the butter. Otherwise, when you pop the egg into the butter, if it's too hot, you'll end up making scrambled egg whites. Not the vibe we're going for. So really important for your butter to cool. It's not essential that you sort of golden your butter. However, it is a top tip. And then we are actually going to add in the pumpkin puree, the eggs, and the butter, and also the vanilla extract. So basically all the wet together, and then we're going to add it to the dry, and then we're going to fold in the dark chocolate chips. I couldn't resist, I had to open them and just have a little nibblington throughout. So once the butter has cooled, I will come back. We will continue baking the cookies, and then once those are in the oven, I'm going to peel and chop the apples, and then we're going to start just stewing the apples on the hob. And whilst everything is either becoming plum vodka, baking in the oven, or stewing on the hob, we are going to do an unboxing of the most beautiful, elegant, timeless, cozy, warm, outrageously well priced sort of bits and pieces, and of course make a pumpkin spice latte. It is September, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the pumpkin spice lattes. I can't wait. So my butter has cooled. I've got myself a whisk. We're going to add in the egg whites. We're going to add in the pumpkin puree. There we go. Should we get every little droplet of it? And then we're going to pop in rather generous dashingtons of vanilla extract. If you don't like to eyeball it, then I'd probably say 2 teaspoons, sorry. So I'm going to give that a good whisk. And it is going to be quite a thick consistency because of that pumpkin puree. There we go. And that is what it looks like. It smells delicious. And then I'm going to simply probably grab a spatula. Now I get hundreds of questions about my red spatulas. They are from Williams and Sonoma. For those American followers of mine will know the brand. Oh, one of my absolute favorites. And so many of you are so kind to say that if there's anything that I need or want, you would very kindly get it for me and post it, which is just beyond kind. And I think I might actually have to take you up on that, because they have this terrible thing where if you are trying to access the website from a UK web address, it doesn't allow you. So I literally can't shop the website. My best friend is American, and I make her send me screenshots and screen recordings. Gosh, it is terrible. So I'm now going to add in the wet mixture into all of our dried goods. And then I'm going to simply fold it together. Make sure you're getting every last little scraping. And we're going to be making the cookie dough. Just want to keep folding it. Make sure you've got no lumps and bumps from the sugar or the flour. And then we're going to fold in those dark chocolate chips. Now, there are so many tips that you can read online about cookie dough. A lot of people say you can freeze it and actually it creates a little bit more of a chewy texture. I do like to chill my cookie dough before actually popping it in the oven. I really do think it has an amazing effect on the actual cookies, but also enables the cookie to keep its form so it doesn't sort of go flat. So once they're chilled, you can kind of make these really lovely little balls and they keep their form. So there we go. Our cookie dough is looking fantastic. And this is my favorite part. A lot of dark chocolate chips. Okay, and I'm just folding those into, oh my gosh, this looks insane. Right, and those dark chocolate chips are going to melt and just ooze out of the cookies. It literally smells like heaven in this bowl. So here we go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our cookie dough all finished and ready to actually be put in the freezer. It is a much quicker way of getting the dough to the perfect temperature before forming the balls. I know I shouldn't, because it has got raw egg white, but when is ever a little bit of raw egg white harmed anyone? I can't wait for you guys to try these. It's so good. It is so good. So that is what your cookie dough should begin to look like. Now it is a little bit soft, but that is going to stiffen up once we pop it in the freezer. So let's do that. I'm going to do a major tidy up. I am, however, going to have to keep out the cinnamon because this is what we're going to be adding to the apples. So this is going in the freezer. We're going to head over to the hob to create our delicious spiced cinnamon apple compote, and then once that is done, we can then create the little balls and pop them in the oven, and they're going to bake to perfection. Okay, so I've very quickly peeled and chopped up our apples, and have a little look at that. They are so crisp and sweet. And it is a combination of so many different apples. Oh, it's so delicious. Now, I could be doing like a tarte tatin, or an apple crumble, or an apple tart, apple soufflés, apple pies, gosh, absolutely everything. However, we're already doing some naughty cookies, and it would not be very good of me to have these in the house because I am of the Labrador variety, or I could probably say sausage dog variety, where if it's in sight, I will eat it. So it is really good to have my apple compote, and I will have this as a pudding. I'll have it on top of my yogurt. You can even add this into your cooking. It's just such a lovely thing to have in the fridge. You can also add it to drinks if you wanted to do like a spiced apple cocktail or something. You needed a really delicious like puree or compote. So it really is as simple as this. You chop up as many apples as you wish. You need to add a tiny bit of water at the bottom. And then, so I would say definitely do not cover the apples. You just want them kind of to simmer at the bottom. There we go. I would say a large mug. And as you saw, I have a lot of apples in here. And then you want to be extremely generous with your cinnamon. Now, if you are using cooking apples, see what I mean? Seriously generous with the cinnamon, and I will give you a little glance on the top as to what that looks like. So as you can see, I've been very heavy-handed with the cinnamon, and trust me, it will taste delicious. Now, one last little extra is vanilla extract. So we are going to do, now for measurement's sake, because I know you're going to be like, Leonora, what are the measurements? I would say 3 tablespoons, and voila, it makes the world of difference. So you literally want to pop this on a very low heat for them just to simmer. You can pop a lid on it and you can just let them bubble away and make sure that cinnamon has covered all of the apples, and then you will be left with a deliciously sweet, spiced to perfection apple compote. And as you can see, I've left the apples really rather chunky. You can actually chop them up if you want to, but they really will stew down. And this is what I have as a pudding most evenings. 1, because it's very, very healthy, and 2, because I have a terrible sweet treat, and unless I have this, I can do serious damage. Okay, right, that is that done. And we are going to make, I'm so excited, the first spiced pumpkin latte of the season. So let's head back to the butcher's block. I need to collect all of the ingredients, all of the oat milk, the coffee, the espresso. I don't know whether to do a iced pumpkin latte or a hot pumpkin latte. Decisions. As you can see, I've kind of like organized all of the ingredients that we need. So you're going to need some espresso. Now you can obviously have it with caffeine or non-caffeinated. And then you are going to need some pumpkin spice syrup, and it literally smells absolutely heavenly. So what I would do first is I'd actually pop in the syrup. Now I'm just going to pop in a tiny little bit at the bottom. There we go. Kind of, I would say like half a shot, because it is really rather sweet. Now I'm going to pop in the espresso. Ooh, yummy. And then I'm going to pour at height the milk, just so that we get the milk in and not too much of the froth, because we want the froth at the top. So if you pour milk really, really closely, all your froth will come out first. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to froth up a touch more milk, and then we're going to pop on the delicious creamy heads to our delicious pumpkin spice lattes. And then you've got a little bit of pumpkin spice here, which you can actually make yourself. It is literally cinnamon, ground ginger, nutmeg, and cloves. You can make that at home yourselves. However, you can also buy it on Amazon. And I'm just going to sprinkle that on top of the foam. I'm gonna pop the straw in, and it's going to be scrumptious. Milk is done and looking so glossy on the top. So pour at height, add a little touch more of that hot milk, and then we need a teaspoon. Oh, I suppose I can use, no, we're gonna need a teaspoon. Fail to prepare, prepare to fail, as my husband loves to remind me. And then we're literally just going to dollop that froth on the top, and I can literally see Anna's face, and she is frothing at the mouth. This has got to be her favourite thing. Cozy days, baking, and pumpkin spice lattes. Okay, this literally looks insane, and then you can kind of top it. Oh wowzers, this looks so good. Literally the perfect amount of milk. Oh, delish. And then the final little piece de la resistance, chef's kiss, is going to be a little sprinkle of that pumpkin spice mixture on the top. You want to do it at height again, so you don't get any sort of like large boulders of the spice. Oh wow. I'm gonna have to show you guys a close-up. The smell, I wish the camera could encapsulate the scent of these lattes. Gosh, they are truly incredible. I also love the glasses, aren't they fab? Now, of course, I will link them down below, but first and foremost, we need to do a little taste test. Now, as I said earlier, you can use oat milk, hazelnut milk, almond milk, coconut milk, normal milk, literally any milk you like. But do a little bit of a stir. Oh. They're epic. They're epic. I cannot wait for you to try them. Oh, we are well and truly in autumn and winter, ladies and gentlemen. Right, I'm going to go and take Anna her pumpkin spice latte, and then it will be time to take the cookies out of the freezer. We're going to create little balls with them, and then they're going to bake for about 8 minutes so that we can have hot pumpkin and dark chocolate cookies with our delicious pumpkin spice lattes. I was just saying, if there's gonna be an autumn vlog, we're going all out. And yes, my camera is covered in cinnamon and butter and sugar, but I wouldn't have it any other way. So our cookie dough is out of the freezer, and it is definitely stiff. Have a little look. It's absolutely, oh, throw it around, perfect. So you are going to want to roll up your sleeves, make sure your hands are clean, please. And then you are going to want to roll your cookies into a ball like so. So I'd probably say a circumference of about 2 centimeters. And don't all have to be perfect, of course, and give them space, I would say. So I'm probably just going to speed this bit up because I feel like I've been standing here the entire vlog. But these are going to need around about 8 to 10 minutes, so not long at all, and you want to eyeball them. And trust me, oh, they're going to be incredible. So as soon as you start rolling them, they start to warm up again. So it's really important that you do chill them. So you can put it in the fridge. However, if you are slightly impatient like I am, and really rather looking forward to your cookies, then whack them in the freezer. Our cookies are ready and they are going in the oven. So preheat your oven to 180 degrees and this is what they look like, and in about 8-9 minutes they are going to be baked to perfection. So see you little guys in a little bit. They're in the oven looking beautiful. I cannot wait. Now, whilst the cookies are baking, I thought I would show you a very, very exciting delivery. Now, a brand that I don't really tend to order from that much, only because sometimes I feel quality is a little bit iffy. But I saw these pieces and I just thought, if the quality is there, they are absolutely sensational for the price point, and I thought you guys would absolutely love them. So I've done a little bit of an order on H&M. Now, something I've never ever clicked quick enough on were these. Now, you guys know how much I love my Chanel pumps, but one thing that I don't love about them is the price tag. They are eye-wateringly expensive, and do you know what? Sounds funny to say, I really wear shoes. You know, I am a tall lady. I would say I'm rather a statuesque kind of woman, if that makes sense. And so, you know what, I can really clomp around on a pair of shoes, and when my shoes cost that much money, it pains me. So when I saw these, I have literally never added them to my basket quick enough, and actually seeing the quality of them, I am over the moon. So I'm going to give you a close-up. Well, I'll give you a close-up of one of them. So these are a beautiful pair of creamy, they're almost like a very, very, very pale blush pink. However, they're nudie. You've got the patent nude toe cap with the matching patent heel. They are a little sling back, and you've got the elastic here, which for me is so, so important. They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I am so impressed by these. And guys, hold onto your knickers. I'm quite happy to have actually received mine before I tell you, because I know these are going to sell out. They were £35. I've ordered them in every colour. Every colour. I need them. I must have them. So I got those, and then I also saw these and thought they were delicious. Just delicious. Again, a real nod to Chanel, but also quite, I would say, Valentino-esque with the heel. Now, these are a creamy tweedy number. You have got the court toe, but they've actually sort of like squared off at the end, and they're just the most beautiful color, and I just loved the different heel on it. I thought that they were classic, they were timeless, uber classy, yet a little bit different, which I love. So those are an absolute must, and they will be staying. And then I had a little bit of a mooch on their knitwear selection. So here, I think I picked up a off-the-shoulder little knit top. Here we go. Ooh. Oh wow, it's so soft. Oh, it's gorgeous. So it's like a little cropped top, and you've got a really beautiful fold over neckline, so it's off the shoulder. Gosh, that's beautiful. I'm thinking high-waisted cream wide leg trousers. Imagine the cream wide leg trousers with the off the shoulder little knit and the shoes. I was absolutely flabbergasted by the price point of these. It's truly phenomenal. So I actually want to have a little look at the composition of this. What is this made of? Because it feels so soft. It has got polyester, a little bit of acrylic and wool. So not horrendous, but considering the price point, I think it's sublime. Definitely add to your bag. I know. Anna's even like, And then, what do we have here? Now this is actually a different colour to how I saw it on the website. It's quite minky. Ooh, oh, interesting.
Sorry.
Your arms. Where are my arms going? I'm not sure on this one, H&M. Well, there goes the timer for our cookies. I was like, right, I'm gonna do this in 8 minutes. I have to say, I'm not sure on this one. I mean, my arms.
It comes like ruched, like this.
But it doesn't ruche.
Oh, it doesn't ruche.
Well, I don't know. I suppose I'll have to try that on. Maybe it ruches. Maybe Anna's right. Right, I need to turn off this timer before it drives all of us completely bonkers. I think actually they need a minute more. Oh, they look so good. They look so good. And they smell even better. Well, I think that might have to be a try-on stitch. Anna might be right, where you sort of like ruche that up. I'll have to have a little look on the website. It's a gorgeous length. It's sort of like ankle length, beautiful colour. It's almost like a purpley, browny, minky colour. So perfect for the autumn, winter season. It's so soft as well. And again, price point. I don't know how they've done it. Quality's beautiful. And then this is what I was most excited about. And the fact that I can style these with the shoes. And the fact that I can style this with the shoes. I love myself a sweater dress, but more than that, a ribbed sweater dress. And this is off the shoulder, and it's gonna take me from like autumn vibes, where I think I can style it with, you know, chocolate boots or lovely brown, you know, tan, ginger, just the most delicious autumny colored boots, to winter whites, and wear a delicious pair of slingbacks. Now the length of this is perfect. Actually, Anna, would you mind holding the camera just to show everybody the length of it?
It's stunning.
So off the shoulder, long sleeve. I love the ribbed detail, and it's sort of like, I wouldn't say a bandage dress, it's definitely more of a sweater dress, but I do believe it's going to be beautifully fitted, but not too clingy. So I got this in a size medium, so hopefully it's stretchy. But if you have a little look, it's sort of like just ankle length. And I think with the little slingbacks, both of those would look beautiful. I mean, I would say this autumn winter, high street, guys, it's at H&M. I'm bewildered by this. I might even have to go online and make another order. I have actually ordered these in black as well because they are amazing. Do you not think they're the most incredible dupes for Chanel?
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful. I can't wait to sort of like trot about in them. I will let you know in terms of comfort what I think, but these are all gorgeous. I'm definitely gonna have to try this number on, but all in all, phenomenal. H&M, you have nailed it. So the timer has gone off. I will take you guys back. Thank you so much, Anna.
Of course.
And we are now going to go and check on our cookies via our apples. So this is our delicious cinnamon apple stew compote. Oh, yum, delicious. And then in here, I would say they're ready. They are ready. Let's get them out. So I very, very quickly popped them onto some cooling racks just so that they can cool. Otherwise they will actually continue cooking on those hot trays. But I wish you could smell these. I don't think I actually have the words to express just how scrumptious they smell. The sweet scent of chocolate, that beautiful buttery, golden autumnal pumpkin delight. Really trying. But these cookies, I truly hope they taste just as scrumptious as they smell. So I'm going to let them cool for just a moment, and then of course we are going to be doing the taste test together. Okay, I have to be honest. There may have been a little mouse. I think these are the best cookies I have ever made. Holy smokes. Outrageous. Add all of the ingredients to your bags this evening. You can buy all of it on Amazon if you wish. Obviously this is not a paid Amazon ad. Just gonna put that out there. Get yourselves to the supermarket. Outstanding, if I say so myself. All washed down with a scrumptious pumpkin spice latte. Pumpkin, golden, dark chocolate cookies. Heaven on earth. It is most certainly autumn, ladies and gentlemen. Anna, you have to come and try these.
Yeah?
Yeah. You are getting a live taste test, ladies and gentlemen.
Which one should I go for?
You pick the one?
This one.
Looks very good. Holy smokes, huh?
Holy macaroni.
They're insane. They're gooey in the middle.
But like crispy, the crunch. But it's not like dry or crunchy. And then it's like a hug in a cookie. Like this.
It's literally a hug and a cookie. It's definitely autumn though. It's definitely not Christmas.
No.
No. This is like, and also how delicious. You can sort of get small hints of the pumpkin coming through, but not too much.
It's really subtle.
Yeah. Oh, heaven.
Literally
Just had. You are going to have to take all of these with you. Otherwise I'm going to demolish every single one of them. But for the meantime, I'm going to just pop them into our gorgeous little cake dome. And then Anna is going to have to wrap every single one of them up this evening and take them home, because otherwise I would sit here all night, probably with a glass of oat milk, and eat every single one of them. This is my problem, they're too delish. But anyway, I have had the best day. Days like this are literally my heaven, doing every single thing that I love, from the dogs to walking around the orchard, foraging and picking fruits, literally the fruits of my labour, well, probably Steve's labour if we're really honest, and then baking just the most delicious bits and pieces together. And hopefully you guys will be able to try the recipes and enjoy them as much as I do and my family do. So I really hope you've enjoyed this one. It has been all things autumn. And like I said earlier, I am an autumn. Gosh, incredible. It's just been the best day and I'm so happy and glad that I get to share it with you. So thank you so much for watching. Please let me know which part of it was your favorite. Let me know which recipe you are going to try. And for those of you who do make the cookies, please let me know your thoughts. Send me little pictures on Instagram DMs. They literally make my day. Anyway, like I said, thank you so much for watching. And as always, sending you so much love.